Hello, Cassidy. It's great to see you again.
Good to see you too.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's fantastic. So, since our last session, what's better?
Well, last time I was having a hard time fighting with my parents, and actually, like last Tuesday, I used a skill that we talked about last time, and not arguing back and just like doing what we're supposed, doing what our parents say. And so, for example, last Tuesday, I forgot to do the dishes, and my mom came in my room, and she was upset because I didn't do the dishes. Instead of arguing back at her, I decided to just say, yes, ma'am, I'll do the dishes. And so I went and did the dishes, and there was no arguing, and it was actually really good. I was glad that I had actually used that skill instead of argued back, because I feel like that would have been detrimental.
Probably. So what made you stop and think, oh, I need to use the skill that we talked about and not fight back? What was it, like a trigger for you, or?
The trigger was probably the fact that I'm sick of fighting, and I really been thinking about a lot what we've been talking about, and I really wanted to use the skill, see if it actually worked, and just to test it out. So, and it does. So
it works well for you. Well, that's great that you used that. What did you notice in her reaction that was different when you used this skill that we talked about and didn't fight back with her?
She was actually surprised. I think she was a little glad, and we were able to talk to each other more calmly and friendly, and it was nice to actually have a genuine, good conversation with my mom.
So it was a calm and friendly conversation, and that's great. It looks like you have really made an effort, especially in that situation, to put a stop to it, and it worked for you, which is fantastic. On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the worst day ever, you fought the whole day with both your parents, it was just an awful day, and 10 being a perfect day where you don't fight at all, great conversation, what would you say that you were when you first came in to see me?
I was probably at a 1. I fought pretty much all the time with them. Not all day long, but pretty much a lot. So I feel like that's where I was at the beginning.
At a 1, okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say that you are today, coming to see me over the last couple days?
I think I'm an 8, starting to a lot better, which is I'm thinking about it. Sometimes I slip up and I talk back, or I say I argue back, but most of the time I assess the situation and I realize this is a part where I need to do what I'm told instead of talking back. So I feel like there's been a lot of progress.
Progress does not happen overnight. It happens slowly, and it seems like you're doing well, and especially accepting the fact that it doesn't happen overnight. You're still being positive, and you just keep trying, so that's great. Right now, we're going to take the thinking break that we talked about previously,
okay.
And I'm just going to step out really quick, and we're just going to think about everything that you said and the progress that you've made, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it and finish up our session.
Okay.
Okay. After thinking a lot about what you've told me in the last couple sessions and today, I think that you're doing a fantastic job of communicating with your parents, even though sometimes you may slip up and talk back. We're human, it's only natural to mess up. I definitely agree with you that what you've been doing has been working, and I think that you should continue to catch yourself and think, oh, I don't want to fight with them, so I'm not going to talk back, even when you really want to, which sounds like that's what you've been doing, and you're doing great. Hopefully, if you would like, we can meet again next week like we planned previously, and we can figure out more solutions and
I would like that, yeah.
talk about your progress that you've made from now until then. Thank you for trusting me with this and for coming to me. I hope you have a good week.